Before we begin, listen carefully. Life is a vineyard, a place of growth, beauty, and fruitfulness. God plants us in rich soil. He clears our path. He builds walls to protect us. He hopes, he longs for sweet fruit from our lives, justice, righteousness, love, mercy. But what happens when a vineyard refuses to grow what it was made to bear? What happens when the gardener finds only bitter fruit? Let's listen to this ancient song of sorrow and choose wisely how your life will grow. One day the owner of the vineyard had a fertile hillside. He dug it, cleared it of stones, planted it with the choicest vines. He built a watchtower to guard it. He carved out a winepress to gather its sweetness. One time, the owner visited the vineyard, smiled and said, "Look at this rich soil, look at the care poured into it. Surely, it will yield a harvest of beautiful grapes." So, the vineyard grew, the vines climbed the posts. The watchtower stood guard, the winepress stood ready waiting for the harvest. At this point, the owner surveys the vineyard proudly. At another time, the vineyard owner returns with a basket, ready for harvest. He picks grapes, tastes one, and recoils. He was heartbroken with harvest. He was anguished, and said, "Wild grapes, bitter, rotten. What more could I have done for you, my vineyard?" He cried out, "Judge between me and my vineyard. When I looked for sweet fruit, why did I find only wild grapes?" The owner of the vineyard heavily pronounced, "Now, hear what I will do to my vineyard. I will tear down its hedge, and it will be devoured. I will break down its wall, and it will be trampled. I will abandon it with no pruning, no tending. Thorns and briars will overrun it. I will command the clouds, no rain shall fall upon it. For the vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah his pleasant planting. He looked for justice, but behold bloodshed. He looked for righteousness, but behold, an outcry. You are a vineyard. God has planted gifts in you, talents, love, wisdom, life itself. He has cleared your soil of obstacles. He has built walls of protection. He watches, lovingly, for the fruit of your life, but what will he find? Will your life bear the sweet fruit of justice, mercy, and faithfulness? Or the bitter fruit of selfishness and pride? Choose today, tend your vineyard. Bear good fruit, and delight the heart of the one who planted you.
Here's another story of the vineyard within, a modern continuation of the parable of the useless vineyard in Isaiah 5 verses 1 to 7. The story of the vineyard within explores what it looks like when God still plants, protects, and patiently waits, not just for ancient Israel, but for each of us. Jordan was always in a hurry. Between deadlines, family, and constant notifications, life felt more like a machine than a garden. But after a burnout forced a hard stop, something changed. He took a walk in silence, no phone, no agenda, just the sound of his breath and the crunch of gravel beneath his feet. That's when he felt it, not a voice, but a knowing. You are a vineyard. I planted you with care. I cleared your soil. I protected your boundaries. But where is your fruit? Jordan stopped walking. The word struck something deep. Jordan began to reflect differently. He remembered how he used to write poetry as a teen, how he comforted friends with quiet wisdom, how he once dreamed of mentoring young people. But those vines had been buried under practicality and the rush of success. Now, sitting on a bench, he prayed, not with words, but with a quiet heart. You've planted love, wisdom, creativity, even healing in me, haven't you? It was like he saw them, gifts that had gone unused, yet still alive. Weeks passed. Jordan didn't change everything at once, but little by little, he returned to the vineyard within. He called old friends. He wrote again. He volunteered at a youth center. Each small act felt like a grape ripening in the sun. And he knew God was watching. Not with judgment, but with longing. Waiting, not just for busyness, but for fruit, justice, righteousness, love, mercy. The fruit of a soul tended with care. As you stand in the vineyard of your life, ask yourself, what fruit is being nurtured within you? The seeds of love, justice, and mercy have been planted. The soil has been prepared. The walls of protection are already in place. Now, it's your turn. Each small act of kindness, each moment of patience, each choice to serve or love is a grape ripening under the warmth of the sun. God watches, not in judgment, but with longing and hope. He's waiting for the fruit of your soul. Will you tend to it? Thank you for joining me today. Like, subscribe, and join us in cultivating a life of purpose. Let's grow together in the vineyard of life.